in the heart of Adan West District, where residents and students once struggled for basic necessities. A story of transformation is unfolding. The struggle for clean water was a daily reality, but thanks to data-driven decision-making, change has come to this community.
Ghana Statistical Service is the trusted provider of official statistics to guide national development. We undertake this by leading, guiding, helping to collect, analyze, manage, publish, and disseminate this information using the best practices and making it comparable with international standards. And again, we do this using self-motivated individuals. GSS over the years provide this information such that policymakers, planners, researchers, and the general public can draw on data and statistical information to guide their decision making. And so GSS per se is the bedrock for any information or for any pertinent decision to be taken. They must draw on the resources of the Ghana Statistical Service. By our mandate, we also collaborate with other sister institutions. Any institution that seeks to gather information, we have the mandate that we collaborate with them to be able to ensure that they abide by the standard principles, guidelines, and the quality and then assurance of the data to ensure that our scarce resources are being utilized fruitfully. And so over the years, we go and engage with other institutions to be able to achieve our mandate. And for us, the benefit of collecting information is to ensure that policymakers, planners, anyone within the country use this for planning purposes and decision making.
This is Belinda Aflao. Access to clean water was a daily challenge, with her spending an average of 59 minutes to obtain it. This was more than just a burden. It was a barrier to education, health, and development.
UNICEF, in collaboration with Ghana Statistical Service and the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, undertook an activity to assess the access to water and the sanitation facilities within the country. UNICEF has a document of the Ghana Wash Sector Development Program, which spans from 2021 to 2030. And the idea is to be able to monitor the provision of sustainable water and sanitary conditions and hygiene for the people of Ghana, irrespective of where the person lives, their location or the socioeconomic status. And so in using the document and the documents that are available to the country, we draw on the 2021 population and housing census, sections that we ask about the main source of drinking water, the time to get the water, and then the type of source of this water. It came out from the findings that in Greater Accra, almost 89% have access to potable water, with the West being northeast with barely 9%. We also assess the time it takes for somebody to also draw the water. In total, Greater Accra had the least time of 1.5 minutes to be able to draw water. But in ranking them in terms of their disaggregation because of the districts, we realized that Adan West, although it is part of Greater Accra, spent the highest time of drawing water and getting back to the community. And this takes 59 minutes to draw the water, followed by a district in Bono East. And so Adan came into the picture because it's ranked as the first or the highest community that takes longer time to draw water and back to the community.
With this information, Stand in the Gap Kindered International chose Adar West as the location for their social impact project. Armed with data, they planned a transformation that would provide lasting benefits to the community.
As a Christian group, our mission is to serve both God and humanity. So every year we strive to do a project. We undertake a project, at least one in a year. This year we decided to focus on water supply project.
The statistics from GSS show that Adar West was in need of our intervention. So we decided to direct our resources so that we bring it to the place where it would make the most impact. And that was the basis for our choice as Adar West. When we got to Mangoase School, we realized that their problems extended beyond water supply issues and that the learners were learning under a shed. And we thought that in order to make relevant impact, we needed to relocate the learners to a more permanent structure. So we decided to construct a 2-unit classroom block so that the learners will have a more conducive environment for learning.
Stand in the Gap Kindered International built a new classroom block and provided polytanks to store clean water, changing the lives of the students and the school. What was once a struggle has now become a source of pride and progress.
My name is Thomas Botejoka, the head teacher of Mangoase Basic School. I would say I'm a glad man seated here because of the intervention provided to us by the NGO called Stand in the Gap. This intervention has really helped the school because looking at the water, for instance, in the past we used to go and then fetch the water deep in the town, which takes students almost 40 to an hour to and fro before they get back to school. But with this intervention and then the borehole in the school, these days that problem has been curtailed. And then like in the past when it's about to rain, then a class had to be halted, especially the JHS2 classroom, because the JHS2 learners were not having a classroom, so their class ceases. But with this new structure that they've completed for us, now anytime there are lessons going on, and then the school is moving on smoothly. And I will say I am much grateful, and God bless them for this wonderful job they have done for the school and the Adar community at large.
We have to go in town before we can fetch water for so many things in the school. But now that the borehole is in, we can fetch water anytime we want and use it for anything we can do in the school. It helps us in our learning too, because we sometimes miss our lessons because the place we are going to fetch the water is so far. Before we could get back and we'll miss our lesson.
The focus of our activities are whenever we provide any information and people take it up, address the needs of these people, then we are helping us to be able to be the providers of official statistics and also elevating the living livelihoods of people in our communities. And so for us, we are thankful for GAP, Standing the Gap, taking this activity forward, not just going there, but making the ground truthing to find that indeed it had the longest time in drawing water, and also meeting the people at their needs by providing them the water. So for this, now the children can also go and study and also be able to make meaningful good of their time.
Data isn't just numbers. It's the foundation of impactful change. Together, we can turn insights into action and challenges into opportunities. The story of Adam West is the proof that when data speaks, we must listen and act.
Mukanda wo bakaka